Welcome to Module 3 of the course on digital transformation. I am Peter Sparreboom, and this module is about the African Union's second pillar of the digital economy, infrastructure. Digital infrastructure comprises the physical resources necessary to enable the use of data, computerized devices, methods, systems, and processes. It includes basic phones, feature phones, and smartphones, as well as physical and wireless connections to computer networks and the Internet. Broadband is possibly the most important element of digital infrastructure. Evidence shows it is what drives productivity and growth. The World Bank estimates that for every 10% increase in broadband penetration in low and middle income countries, GDP increases by 1.38%. Broadband allows people access to platforms and a range of private and public services. The COVID-19 crisis has dramatically illustrated the vital importance of broadband in driving robust, resilient, and well-functioning societies and economies. A number of key concepts are presented in this module, and I strongly encourage you to read their definitions in the course materials. It is particularly important to understand the difference between the coverage of, access to, and usage of the Internet. We will get back to that difference later in this presentation. I will also touch on some of the other concepts. Let's start by looking at the state of digital infrastructure in Africa. In the module, we make a distinction between coverage, access, and usage. Internet coverage depends on networks that provide first, middle, and last mile connectivity. First mile connectivity is provided by backhaul cables connecting continents and countries, as illustrated on the slide. Middle mile connectivity is provided by domestic broadband networks that connect smaller towns and key public institutions to the first mile. Last mile connectivity in Africa is largely a matter of mobile networks. In 2019, 79.5% of the African population were covered by a mobile network that offered a speed high enough to access the Internet, 3G or higher. At the same time, you can see on the graph that the fixed line Internet penetration in Africa is very low. In the course materials, we explain that an important factor limiting the coverage and availability of mobile broadband is the scarcity of local radio spectrum. The presence of sufficient local data centers and Internet exchange points is also crucial for the speed and price of Internet services. In Africa, Internet access is a matter of having a SIM card and having a mobile phone. SIM cards were held by 45% of sub-Saharan Africans in 2019 and 68% of North Africans in 2018. At the same time, the percentage of mobile connections made from a smartphone stood at 44% in sub-Saharan Africa and 52% in North Africa. One important barrier to access to mobile services is device affordability. In 2020, the Association for Affordable Internet reported that the average price of a smartphone stood at 62.8% of monthly income. Another important barrier is the lack of an ID. More than 500 million Africans lack any legal identification. Significant challenges persist around unlocking the full potential of mobile-enabled internet, as connectivity and access gaps disproportionately affect women and rural populations, exacerbating existing inequalities. Internet usage is what determines true digital inclusion. Usage has been considerably below internet coverage and access. In 2019, only 28.2% of the African population used the internet. The gender and rural-urban gaps in usage were considerable. The single most important reason for not using the internet, given by mobile users in low and middle income countries in Africa who were aware of mobile internet, were lack of literacy and skills, 34%, affordability, 30%, relevant local content, 13%, and safety and security concerns, 8%. With literacy and digital skills covered in more detail in Module 5, relevant local content in Modules 6 and 7, and safety and security in Module 8, we focus this module on affordability. In 2019, the average cost of 1 gigabyte of mobile data stood at 7% of monthly income in Africa. One set of reasons for low affordability of access is related to African countries' specific geography and demography. It's related to the high cost of providing first-mile connections to landlocked countries, the high cost of providing middle-mile connections to low-density populations, and the high cost of providing last-mile connections in places where a constant source of affordable energy is not available. Another set of reasons for low affordability resides in policies. In much of Africa, the telecom market is very concentrated, resulting in little pressure to lower prices. In addition, many governments consider the telecom sector as a significant potential source of revenue. High spectrum prices, high taxes, and frequent changes in the fiscal environment discourage operators from investing and from reducing their prices. So, how to build safe, inclusive digital infrastructure? An important element of any digital transformation strategy is the development and implementation of a broadband plan, which sets out how a country will ensure high-speed internet access for all citizens. This requires intense collaboration between government agencies, engagement with a range of national, private sector, and civil society stakeholders, as well as coordination with regional, continental, and global organizations. Implementation of the plan requires a set of policy instruments, including policies, laws, and regulations, and fiscal measures. Governments can promote the affordability of devices by requiring or encouraging telecom providers to offer devices for free or at a reduced price as part of a data or free content bundle. Governments can also encourage financial institutions and mobile network operators to offer loans or pay-as-you-go alternatives for acquiring smartphones. And third-party actors who derive value from increased access can be encouraged to subsidize or offset device costs. Policies that promote market competition can be used to incentivize operators to improve their coverage, price, and quality. Potential instruments include the privatization of telecommunication and internet services, the establishment of an independent telecom regulator, the opening up of licensing regimes, the establishment of transparent and fair radio spectrum allocation procedures, the inclusion of obligations into new spectrum license awards, and the issuance of robust operating rules that incentivize operators to improve their coverage, price, and quality of service. Policies that encourage efficiency can also contribute to the building of inclusive digital infrastructure. Efficiency-enhancing measures include the migration from analog to digital terrestrial television broadcasting in order to free up high-quality radio spectrum for broadband. The innovative allocation of radio spectrum and the sharing of infrastructure such as masts, sites, cabinets, power, as well as antennas and radio network controllers. Governments can also use fiscal measures to improve access to and usage of digital infrastructure and to help make it more affordable. For example, they can reduce taxes on or provide subsidies for device acquisition, or they can offer tax incentives for local assembly or production of devices. Governments can also invest directly or support private operators and providers to develop infrastructure in remote areas or support community-led initiatives. By establishing public open access networks, governments can pressure private providers to invest and reduce prices. While universal service funds are a popular measure, many have performed poorly, and it's important to build on lessons learned. Opportunities in the area of infrastructure abound. New investments, new connectivity technologies, and new business models are promising to bring more people online. The World Bank, the African Development Bank, and the European Investment Bank have all opened significant credit lines to support the deployment of digital infrastructure. Smart Africa's One Africa Network initiative and its Intra-Africa Connectivity Project promise to enhance connectivity among member states by minimizing long routing for communications among member states and thus reducing the cost of broadband. That brings me to the end of this module. I look forward to seeing you in the next module.